Hello, friends. Life on life's terms. Have you heard this statement in recovery? Do you know what this statement means? It means that sometimes life happens the way it wants to happen, not the way that we want it to happen. Let me explain what I mean in this video. Today something happened that really tested my faith. And I knew I had a variety of options in how I was going to handle this. Now what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to tell you what the incident was that took place, how I handled it in the past, and how I handle it at 13 years clean in my recovery. And one would hope that there would be a vast difference, and by God's grace, there is. All right. So it all begins with a note on the car. Now, I don't know about you guys, but is a note on your car, a random note on your car, ever really a positive? Okay, well, I have had a couple love notes left on my car, and that was pretty cool. But this is not a love note. Not a love note. No. Well, maybe you can read this. Okay, let me just read it to you.
My name is Addict. Hillowly. I pumped into your car delivering food. Please call me. We'll work it out.
I pumped into your car delivering food. Did he possibly mean he bumped into my car while he was delivering food? Well, based on the damage to my car, yes, that's what he meant. He didn't pump my car, he bumped my car. And you know, the twist of irony was too, I was in the shower at the time, but I had this feeling, right? So I went to the window, and there were these two dudes standing out in front of my ride. And I'm always, living in the hood. It's like, what are you doing around my car, man? And this is obviously the dude, like the one guy goes to his vehicle and he's searching through the glove compartment. And I'm just standing there. I didn't really think anything of it at the time. I was in the shower, so I didn't hear them hit my car. And the one guy kept looking up here. As the one guy's looking through the glove compartment, the other dude's looking up here. He's got a hood up. It's super dark outside. It's like 11 o'clock at night. He's got a hood up. And he's strutting around like he owns the world, right? He's like Somalian or whatever. Now, I've had my run-ins with Somalians, and these dudes don't play. These dudes show up. There was a news story about these dudes showing up at parties with their machetes, and I think one guy even got like decapitated. And case in point, I was leaving the gym nearby my place, and this dude, there's like 5 of them, and you can always tell them they're like these 100-pound toothpicks. I got 100 pounds on these guys. But as soon as I see a group of them clustered together, I'm like, oh, jeez, right? Because I'm alone, right? I'm a single gal living in the hood. Like, you gotta be mindful, right? Life's not a game sometimes, okay? And I'm walking out of the gym. They're kind of horsing around, taking up the whole path. So I try to go around. The dude, like linebacker style, runs right into my chest. And instead of apologizing, he's like, F you, you B. F you, you effing B. All I was doing was walking past. I didn't say anything. I mean, he took the wind out of me. I was shocked. I was about to cry. I was scared. And now I gotta hear him call me an F and B? Oh, you guys, the things we would do if we could get away with it. And I could tell these dudes were like, okay, there's so many things I could say. There's so many things I could say about refugees. There's so many things I could say about, like, and this is how you're planning to treat women when you're new to Canada? But all that speaks to is how much they don't like themselves. Any man that's disrespecting a woman, any man that's hitting a woman, swearing at a woman, just doesn't have any respect for himself. Anyways, that's a rabbit trail. Let's get back to our friend Abdi. Okay, so you're wondering, because you probably have in your head how you would handle this. Okay? And now I'm going to tell you how I'm going to handle it, because I'm a Christian woman. I have a whole YouTube video series on teaching people how to act right and have a great life in recovery. To me, this is no accident that this happened. This is perfect, because I was going to do a video on a whole different topic. And now I get to show you how I'm going to handle adversity at 13 years. It begins by telling you how I would have handled it in the past. Back in the day, I mean, I got the dude's full name and phone number. I'm sure you guys are aware of all the things that you can do in this day and age when you have a person's phone number and full name. We'll just leave that there. I'm not condoning anything. I'm not suggesting anything. I know what I would have done in the past. I would have had someone track this dude. Find him, track him, tune him out. Tune him in and tune him out. Make sure he gets the message loud and clear. Because what's happened is I've called twice, right? And he picks up, and you can hear people in the background, but he is just breathing and it's dead air. So when he says, let's work it out, what do you think that means? If he's delivering food, he probably works for Skip the Dishes. Those dudes don't make anything, man. They don't make anything. So what's he going to have? 5 bills that's going to take to fix my car? You think he's going to have $500? Even if it was a couple $100, you think he's going to have that? I have zero confidence that the dude would have that. Okay? So that's how I would have handled it in the past. But here's what I'm doing today. Because I'm a believer. I'm a Christian. And it's important that if I'm going to guide you, that I act right. Well, number one, here's what I know. God is my vindicator. I've had many enemies throughout my life. I've had many haters, many people talking their smack. I've had men threaten to kill me, men, women. I've had my life threatened. I've had numerous people not like me, talk their smack, whatever. And you want to know what I do about it? Absolutely nothing. I do nothing about it. Why? And that's completely counterintuitive to what this world is teaching us and how to act. Look out for number one, an eye for an eye. And worse, eye for an eye. People are taking that scripture and turning it into, in a real worldly way, get the revenge for people that have hurt you. I don't live my life that way. I don't live my life anymore that way. I used to. I used to be all about the violence, like, just give me a reason, man. But what kind of recovery would I have if I still thought that way? What kind of evolved woman would I be if I still thought that way? I don't think that way. So number one, the Lord is my vindicator. No matter what happens here, even if it's nothing, even if absolutely nothing happens, the Lord is my vindicator. But here's the steps that I've taken. I tried to call him twice, no answer, just breathing and silence. To me, already, that I just have a gut feeling that that's a dead end. I don't think this dude's going to help me, and I don't think he's going to be accountable. Maybe that's me being a little bit jaded, but this is... When you're dealing with people who hurt you, in my opinion, you need to be very careful. Like, if I was to pursue this, find this guy, have something done to him, I'm actually only just hurting myself, because revenge only hurts yourself. And while I admit this has not been the most joyous day of my life, this thing is not going to steal my joy. Because I know the Lord's going to handle it. Why? Because he's my vindicator. And Hebrews 13:5, I will never abandon you. I will never forsake you. He knew this was going to happen. This is not a surprise. None of this is a surprise. So what I've done from my side is I've emailed my insurance lady. I've sent the pictures of the damage. I sent the picture of the note. And I said, what are my options? And if she says, well, there are no options, really. Even if she said there are no options, you're SOL. Oh, okay. Okay. That would be unfortunate if that was the answer. I do think I will have options. I don't know what they're going to be at this point. But even if it's nothing, even if there's no options at all, I'm going to be totally fine. I'm still going to have a great life. Do you want to know why? First of all, it's just a car. Like, if you're up close to the vehicle, it's noticeable. But I was out and about shopping, and from 20 feet away, you can't even hardly see it. And for me, in my head, all I really need to do is kind of buff it out. I think. I mean, I'm guessing right now. I've never had this happen. By God's grace, I've never had this happen. Or I can use like a touch-up pen. Just go to Hyundai and buy a paint touch-up pen. The damage is minimal enough because it's just basically like a scrape like this. Cover that with some touch-up paint. Buff out the other scratches. Done. Solved. And even if nothing happened and it just stayed like that, well, I guess it would just be a reminder. It would actually be a reminder to celebrate, and you might think, okay, this chick is nuts. She's got damage to her car. How could this ever be something to celebrate? Let me tell you why. First of all, I've taken a commitment, a vow of nonviolence. So for me, who was all about the violence before, to not do anything, that's a huge win, you guys. That is a huge win in my life. So when I look at that damage, yeah, it's annoying. Yeah, it's an inconvenience. But it also shows how much I've grown. and how much I rely on the Lord to handle my issues today. You know, one of the best things about being a Christian is that I don't have to bear the weight of all my problems anymore. If I take my problems to Him, which I have, I've already taken this issue to Him immediately. As soon as I saw the damage, I'm like, Lord, I need your help. I don't know what to do with this, but you do. Please help me. That's all a prayer has to be. It's like a conversation. He doesn't need some big formal thing. And He's always there to help us. He's always willing to help us. And then that's the end of the story. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I'm not going to cry into my pillow. I'm not going to lose it over this. Because this is one of many, many, many issues that I've faced in my recovery, and I've always come through. When you have a record of always coming through your adversities then become a thing that don't affect you as much. I used to catastrophize every little thing that happened to me. Now, I'm so proud of me. Like, I hardly even had a reaction to this. I would have been at a moment of total Tourette's, swearing, yelling, screaming. I just looked at it, I read the note, I'm like, perfect. That's great. And that's usually my reaction. Like, if someone's talking smack or someone's trying to take me out or whatever, it's like, even if someone's flipping me the bird as I'm driving, it's like, great, nice. Because nothing surprises me anymore. So you guys, I wanted to share that with you. And I hope that it encourages you. I hope that it shows you that if you let God be your vindicator, or whatever higher power you've chosen to be your higher power, if you let the God of your understanding fight your battles, it can change your whole world. And please, leave it in the comments. Is there some great adversity you've had to face in your recovery? And you knew that you had success in that because of your higher power in your life? Leave it in the comments. I'd love to know about it. Please hit like, please hit subscribe, and we'll see you next time.